Listen, I know y'all gonna judge me for this, but there was a time in my life where I stayed with someone who cheated on me more than 20 times, and I still kept going back. And somehow I still thought that we was gonna be together. Hi, my name's Kiara. I'm 27 years old. I'm a content creator, a mom of a 2-year-old. I am in school for marketing. I am a day trader, and I do a little bit of digital products and stuff on the side. Today I'm gonna be doing my makeup, and I decided to do a little story time while doing my makeup because sometimes doing my makeup can get boring and I want to spice things up a little bit. I do want to be more open with my subscribers on my channel so y'all can get to know me a little bit. But before we get started, make sure you're like, comment, and subscribing to this channel. Let me know in the comment section below if you ever ignore any red flags, and we just gonna get this ball rolling. First, I think that I was about 18 years old when I was dating a guy in high school, and I dated him for maybe 4 years. It was my first relationship, y'all, so don't blame me because it was my first relationship. I didn't really know too much about love because nobody in my family really taught me self-love first, so I was kind of just wanting love from somebody else. We're gonna call this guy Patrick, okay? Now I'm using the e.l.f. primer. This is the Power Grip Matte Primer. It has a lot of makeup on it. I've only dated Patrick because I never thought I was the pretty girl and nobody ever asked to help. So when Patrick asked me out, I decided to say yes because I've never been asked out by anyone before. Not because I really like Patrick, but because Patrick was the only person, y'all, to ever asked me out and asked me on a date. Now, I always thought growing up that in my early teens, you know how you going through that awkward phase in life, you do a lot of comparison. For me, my problem was I was not secure with being a brown skinned girl. I kept comparing myself to light skinned people because I felt like those were the people that everyone glorified. Everyone wanted a light skinned girl. But the brown skinned women, I felt as though brown skinned women, nobody was really giving that much attention to, and if they were, it was because of the way they looked and not because they wanted to take them serious. So that was the only reason why I got with Patrick. Now, I could definitely say I'm 27 now. I am a grown woman and I am very comfortable in my own skin. But before, it took time for me to realize that. So let's get that out the way. I'm doing my eyebrows. It doesn't have to be perfect. I don't like to draw too much in the inner corner because it makes it look boxy. If it's a little sloppy in the front, it's okay because I clean it up with concealer, so I just do the best I can. I'm not really too precise about eyebrows because the more messier they look, the more natural they look. Hey, so I was dating him in high school, and then once it was time to finish high school, I was on my way to college. I was going to a PWI college, and I was going to be living on campus for like a good semester. How the program worked that I was in, that you had to start college like right after high school. I was in this like college possible program. I'm using a Fit Me concealer, 4510. So as I'm on my way to college, I get a message from him. The message like, hey, I gotta tell you something. I'm like, okay. He like, I'm gonna wait till I get off and I'm gonna come over and I'm gonna tell you. I wasn't thinking too much of it, but I'm nervous because I'm like, what could he possibly have to tell me that he wants to tell me later? So at the time, I had my good friend Amaya, who I used to work with at Panera Bread. So mind you, like I said, I didn't even have like previous relationships, so I don't know anything about cheating. I don't know anything about lust. I don't know anything about the streets. I don't know nothing. Like, I tell her like, he got something to tell me, whatever. She like, he got a kid. Who got a kid? He's still in high school. Who would have a kid? Mind you, she never knew him. She just jumped into conclusions and was like, oh, he got a kid. I was like, what? She was like, it could only be one or two things. He got a kid or he got a disease. It's like, what could he possibly have to tell you that is that strong or whatever? So I was like, he ended up telling me. And during the time that he was telling me like what he wanted to tell me, my dad was throwing me a graduation little party at the park. He ended up telling me while he was at work that he had a kid because I had asked him like, do you got a kid? And he was like, yeah. And mind y'all, I was mind blown because I'm like, y'all out here having kids? You know, like y'all out here fucking. And I'm just like, oh, I don't want to be with you, whatever. Y'all, tell me why he manipulated his way back into my life. I don't know how. I was just, and it wasn't even really him manipulating his way back into my life. It was just really me being naive and still wanting love, that I want to be like, oh, we've been together X, Y, and Z, you know? And that should have been an end. That should have been an end all be all right there. I'm on my way to college. You telling me you got a kid right before I leave to college? Oh no, that was the devil, baby. I'm at my graduation little event and I'm just on the phone with him yelling and crying in the corner. Like, how you got a kid on the way? All this and that. I'm going to college and you got a whole kid, whatever. And he like, I'm gonna explain when I get off. I'm gonna explain when I get off of work. I'm gonna come over. I'm gonna explain everything when I get off of work. I go home. Mind you, I gotta leave for college the next day, y'all. Mind you, I gotta leave for college the next day. So, just a little bit. And I don't know why, but this sometimes stings. So as the next day go on, basically, he tell me like, yeah, I got a kid, whatever. He come over, he tell me he got a kid. And I'm just like, oh, okay, whatever, you know. So how long, you know, you and a baby mama? Because baby mama just sounded a little crazy to me. Like, we 18, like, we didn't even graduate high school. Like, yeah, we just graduated high school. Like, how do you already have a kid? So he ended up telling me, he's showing me, he got a kid, y'all. Mind y'all, the kid like 4 years old. Kid like 4 years old. I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4. That was not adding up in my head. I'm like, how do you have a whole kid that's 4? Like, you ain't got no infant. You got a big ass, you got a big kid at that. A big kid at that. Next, I go in with the foundation. I use the Fit Me. This is matte and pearlescent in the shade 365. We got a 4-year-old and we just graduated. Anywho, I stay with him. So I go to college, boom. I stay on campus. He come over while I'm on campus and stuff like that. You know, life is good. I don't really know too much about the kid. I really don't care. I'm throwing it out the window. Once I finished like the first semester of college, me and my mom, we kind of got into like a disagreement about bills and things like that. I assumed that she was telling me that I had to get out. So I left and I ended up moving in with him. He had his own spot. And that was the start of the disaster. That was the worst decision I could have made, was moving in with the 18-year-old boy. That was the start of everything going downhill for me, my life changing when I could have just been doing so much, but I was so focused on a boy. Now, I'm going to tell y'all about the red flags, okay? Starting with me moving in with him, that was red flag number 1. I should have seen it coming from a mile away. I didn't, because I didn't know too much about relationships, and that was my first relationship. Y'all, don't blame me. I will never do this again because I didn't learn my lesson. But don't blame me for being a dumbass. So now I'm living with him. Life is good. Yada, yada, yada. The second date, tell me why he like, we go to the movies and this is like literally like 2 weeks within us dating. And he telling me, I love you. Like, that was just a little weird to me. But like I said, we both were young. I can't blame somebody who was going through so much in life. But when I moved in with him, y'all, those were the red flags. You told me you had a kid. You telling me you love me and you love bombing me on the first date. You know, I should have known. But it's whatever. Long story short, I move in with him, and when we went on a date, he had a girl call his phone, y'all. It was a girl calling his phone. I'm like, who is that? He got a picture of her and everything. It's nobody. She calling back to back. I'm like, who is that? So I'm like, who is that? He like, it don't matter, whatever. And he got a little heart around her, emojis, whatever. And I'm just like, what? So I leave there, and he getting real aggressive. He getting mad and stuff. He talking about some, you forcing it. Come back in the movies right now. Like, we leave the movie theaters, and he telling me like, oh, that's his best friend. I'm like, okay, whatever. Back then, I'm just naive. I'm like, okay, whatever. Later on, down the line, as we living with each other, he used my MacBook, right? He used my MacBook. Forgot to log out. He done messed up. He forgot to log out. I open it up, and I see that he's searching her up on Facebook. I'm like, why you searching her up? Oh, I'm not, whatever. Later on down the line, they were talking, of course. They were a thing. She lived in a whole completely different state. But they were talking. He was talking about always meeting her, getting her pregnant, having kids with her, all of that. That was the start of me finding out that he was cheating. But to me, I stayed because I felt like that was internet cheating. But cheating is cheating. But I felt like, okay, well, he can't really see her. He never seen her in person, all that stuff. Nowadays, everything is so accessible, so it can feel real, even if it's not really there. To me, that was like, okay, that's a little bit. I'll take it back. Because I didn't want to be alone, right? And like I said, I felt like I didn't love myself. I didn't know myself enough to just have the confidence to leave and be okay with being by myself, because I felt like if I was with somebody, then I was valuable, and that changed the game for me. So after that, y'all, I find out he got another best friend that he grew up with. Now, she stay in our city. He texting her, he telling me he got a best friend. I'm like, oh, okay, cool, whatever. He tells me about this best friend, though. And she's like, oh, he shows her a picture of me. And she's like, oh, she's so beautiful. Y'all, they was fucking. This man walks into Facebook on my phone again. On my phone again. This time, the first time it was on the laptop. This time it was on my phone. He logged out, but he left the password on there. So you can log back in without the password. So as I'm trying to log into my Facebook, it says, log into Patrick Facebook, right? So I'm like, okay, let me log into Patrick Facebook. Let me see what Patrick doing, okay? I log in. I see their messages. I'm like, okay, whatever. When I see their message, he in the other room. Mind you, we still live together. He in the other room. I see the ... like as if he from the text her and stuff. Tell me why, y'all. She talking about, I see her message talking about something. Is your girlfriend gonna find out? Oh, find out what? I open it up. I see them having hella explicit up in there. Explicit stuff up in there. This girl that lived down the street. He been going over there. She lived like 4 minutes away. He been going over there sleeping with her. Sleeping with her while he's sleeping with me. Can you believe that? I can. This man would do stuff like take our pictures down out the house and hide it and hide my stuff and throw clothes over it and make it seem like I never lived there. So when she was coming over, she didn't see anything about me. Now we fighting. He throwing bleach on me in GTA. I'ma just say that because I don't know how YouTube work. He's throwing bleach on me. I'm fighting him. We're going back to back. At this point, it's getting domestic. It's really getting domestic, right? And he's getting upset because you got caught. And that's the thing with these people. The narcissist will get mad because they got caught. So they'll get mad at you. I go to my mama's house. I tell her, I'm sobbing. But my mama don't really want me there. So I come back, y'all. I come back. He was cheating on me with her multiple times. And I kept catching him cheating on her with me. I said, if you love me, text that girl right now. Tell her, like, you shouldn't have did what you did. You apologize. All that, and you love your girlfriend. You ain't finna be messing with her because you love your girlfriend. He like already blocked her. You did not already block her. So I'm a little naive again. I'm running back again because every time I'm running away, guess what? It ain't no room at my mama's house, so I'm running my ass back. But all I know was I was insecure. So it went from the girl who lived out of state. Then it went to the girl that he was cheating on me with, which was his best friend from the city. Multiple times. And they were sleeping together. That's how, like, whatever. That's insane. And my dumb ass was still staying. I felt like I didn't have no family. I felt like I didn't cut off all my high school friends. Don't do that. So I couldn't even stay with a friend. It went from her to her. The next girl was his baby mama, Juvia's place. I mixed both of them together. I don't know how they started talking, but they started back talking. And when I tell y'all, he was messaging her all the time talking about how he wanted to go out as a family. He was sending her money. All types of stuff. He was sending her money, whatever. Now, I don't feel like there's nothing wrong with him sending her money, but he never even saw his kid. because he didn't want to see his kid. Not because she was stopping him from seeing his kid, but because he didn't want to see his kid. He didn't really feel like he wanted to do anything with this kid because he had a kid at such a young age. The baby mama then popped up at the house, banging on the door, talking about some, next time, nigga, don't be talking about me on social media. I'll fuck you in that chuck. I'm like, who is she talking? I'm like, who at the door? Oh, nobody's at the door. I'm like, who at the door talking about some, she gonna F me up? Fuck. Like, then a girl like 4'11". I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm not scared of no 4'11" girl, but like, I just didn't want to fight. Like, I'm not that girl, y'all. I'm not that girl. I'm so sweet. I'm not trying to be in the streets, get my hair ripped out. Okay, I want to light another lighter under eye, so I'm going in with the LA Girl Pro Concealer, and this is in the shade Warm Honey. I only use like Warm Honey or Fawn because I feel like those are closest to my skin tone. And at this point, y'all, it's getting ghetto because why do you have a baby mama coming up to the house talking about what she's gonna do to somebody? Like, what? So I moved back to my mama's house. He come in with me. What you coming with me for? Like, he's scared too, y'all. I'm telling y'all, he's scared too. We at my mama's house for 3 days. We leave again. It went from there for me living with him to him kicking me out because of whatever reason. He always wanted to start problems with me, y'all. Always wanted to start problems with me. And he ends up kicking me out multiple times. So I'm dragging my stuff back and forth on the city bus with bleach on me, with hot sauce on me, with he snatched out a whole braid in my hair, all types of stuff. So it was very domestic. When I tell y'all it was abusive, it was abusive. Mentally, physically, emotionally, all of that, you name it. We were young. We had no business living with each other at that time. I had no business living with a young boy. I was supposed to go finish college. And because of that, I was dropping out. I wasn't finishing my college courses. And I ultimately lost a good scholarship. I had a free ride, y'all. A free ride. And I messed it up. Because I was chasing behind love because I wanted to feel validated. She used to come over when she dropped her son off. And she used to be there for hours. And he used to tell me I would have to wait outside until she left. And I lived there. That's how dumb I was. I don't know why I was dumb. I don't know why I was dumb, but I was dumb. So now this is the third person he was cheating on me with. The third person. And each person, it was multiple times. And let's not forget, in between him messaging one person and the next, he was still talking to the girls in the past. And I used to be crying, y'all. I used to be crying because I just never understood why I was getting attacked the whole time. It's not me. The whole time it's him. I'm getting attacked because I'm sleeping with the devil. Then it was my best friend's best friend. Then it went from the baby mama to my best friend's best friend. Y'all, I used to tell him about this heavyset girl who never liked me because my best friend was her best friend. She didn't like that we were closer, I guess. I don't know why she didn't like me. She just never liked me. Like the first day she met me, she was acting all standoffish. I was very warming and welcoming. He was talking to her. I confided in him about her and how she used to treat me unfairly because when we all hang out, she never really liked me. We went to the same college. I seen her there and I just knew like, okay, he would never go for her. It didn't matter the shape, size, color, the gender. He probably would have went for all of it. Cause let's be real. If he can stick it in something, he gonna try to. They worked at the same job, and I never knew that. When I seen her at his job, I said, hey, that was the girl I was telling you about that don't like me, whatever. He rolling his eyes. What you rolling your eyes for? I'm like, okay, that's a little strange, whatever. After he gets done rolling his eyes, the next day he putting me out, talking about this not gonna work. You gotta get out today. I'm like, get out? Okay, whatever. I get out. I'm thinking like, okay, maybe he just needs time to himself. I'll leave. But something in my spirit is telling me to go back. Because why is he putting me out randomly? When I go back, I see him steady standing at the front door, like waiting on something. And I'm like, what he standing at the front door for? Or like time went on and I got let in the building and I stayed by his door. And I just put I was so insecure that I put my ear up to the door to listen to what was going on inside that apartment building. When I should have just walked away and said, if you don't want me, that's cool. I'm going to leave. But I didn't because, like I said, I was insecure and I wanted to be loved so badly. Tell me why I put my ear to the door. I hear a girl. I'm banging on the door. He opened up the door. He come out in some drawers, y'all. So I'm like, it's the girl up in there? He like, yeah. I just get to sobbing in a hallway. It's a girl in there. My sister comes. She comes bum rushing the door down. And we get in. he put his hands on me. The girl just literally just sitting there like an entitled woman, as if she to catch whatever. We're fighting. He throw all my stuff out. I'm like, I want my airbed. I want my airbed. I'm crying over a damn airbed. I'm crying over a damn airbed. But really, I'm crying because I'm hurt. Whatever. He still talked to her afterwards. Me and the girl never get into a fight because I feel like it had nothing to do with her. Like, I'm that type of girl. Like, if he cheating on me, like, girl, what am I fighting you for? I'm gonna be fighting him. So that's exactly what I was doing. I was up there fighting him. Because what would I have to fight her for? Like, he chose her. But I'm fighting you because you betrayed me and you lied and you all of this. Tell me why, y'all. 2 days later, because I left and I decided that I didn't want to be there no more, he decides to get an engagement ring and propose to me. What did I do again? Yup. You can bet your bottom dollar I ran my ass back. I definitely did. I ran right back. Oh, I'm getting proposed to. Oh, I'm getting married. Look at that ass. Like, girl, no, you not. You just dumb. Because of that, I ran back again. So I run back again for that little ass ring. He's still cheating with that same girl, my best friend. We fight. I flushed the ring down the drain. He hit me. We were fighting, whatever. He was using like, I'm gonna KMS because I'm hurting and I don't want you to leave. So I kept staying because I didn't want that to happen in GTA, whatever. And so he just kept cheating throughout life. He just kept cheating. I just kept staying. He was telling women how he was gonna get them pregnant. He was finding every way to cheat, and it was okay because I felt like I was insecure. I didn't have family, and my mom kept saying I couldn't come back because there was no space for me. So I just kept coming back. But the final straw, it wasn't because he cheated. It was because of the disrespect. The icing on the cake, y'all, was one day we went to get food and he got mad because I did something that he didn't like. So in the midst of that, we're like an hour away from our city. He tells me to get the fuck out of his car. He snatched my wig off, throw it off the car, called me an ugly ass. You know what? He called me an ugly AB. A wig off, like straight snatched threw it out the car, told me to get out, called me an ugly AB, and you on the side of the curb, you ain't got nowhere to go, whatever. And that was the final straw. When we went back to our city, and I just was like, you know what? I'm not ugly. I'm not ugly. I'm not insecure anymore because now I know being insecure makes me end up with people like you. And so I started doing my own thing, and then my mom moved, and I moved out with her. And it got a little bit rough after that to try to let things go, but I let things go after that. And because I was trying to let him go, but he was trying so hard to attach himself. It became weird. The stalking stuff, my new relationship, he was trying to jeopardize that. It was just so much going on. But what I learned from that is being insecure will make you stay into places that you have no business staying in and doing things you got no business doing. And if I could give any advice to anybody, I would just say, the more you focus on yourself, the more you realize you will lose people along the way, and that is okay. You don't have to stay in that relationship just to feel validated. I would not suggest y'all dating young. All of that could have been prevented had I not dated young. And I learned so much along the way through that I felt like I needed to have learned. I didn't have to go through all of that, but I ended up going through that because I didn't know my worth. I didn't know like my value, but now I do. And now I can say like, I can move past it and I'm okay. Like that does not faze me talking about it. I ended up moving into a much healthier relationship after that. Okay, my eyes do look a little bland because I can't find my mascara or my lashes, but this is my final look. I'm not gonna do my hair because I don't really have time to, but that was a little bit of story time. Now I can say that I am aware of a lot of things. I'm 27 years old, and that happened so long ago. I was about 18 when all of that happened. I just wanted to do a little quick story time while I did my makeup because honestly, those scars are healed and they done healed so many times over, and I could look past that story and laugh. I just wanted to give some advice because I want to tell y'all, like, I've been in that shoes before too. Like, I know what it's like to be hurt. I know what it's like to get heartbroken, all those things. Like, everybody has to experience that at least once in their lifetime. I will say, focus on yourself, love yourself first, because that would have saved me so much time. I would have been had a degree probably. I would have been, you know, so many things could have. Yeah. hold on, baby. So many things could have went differently had I just focused on myself and figure out why I was feeling the way I was, because all of that had to do with me. If I had not just kept going back, then I feel like I would have avoided so much pain, so much trauma, so much hurt. But that's water underneath the bridge. Please give it a thumbs up. Please comment down below. Let me know if y'all missed any red flags in y'all previous relationships. And that is it for this vlog. My makeup look turned out okay, but I don't have anything to put on my eyes or my lashes, so I kind of look bland in the face, and my hair is not fully done. I have to curl it and all that stuff. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in my next video.